What about you? Thank you for joining us today on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. This is also JumboCast's first broadcast of the year. It's a women's soccer game between Tufts Jumbos and the Connecticut College Camels. I'm Matthew Lee, your play-by-play announcer today, and today on color commentary with me is Matt Mossy Phelps.
Hey Matt, how you doing?
Good.
And a beautiful day here for the reigning NESCAC champion Connecticut College Camels, looking to take on Tufts.
Got a slight breeze today, but what a bright sunny day and great weather for soccer.
And Connecticut College comes into this one looking for their first win with only a draw and a loss to their names.
Meanwhile, Tufts University is currently 1-2-0 throughout the season with a 1-1 record in NESCAC. Their last game losing to Wesleyan 2-1.
And they're huddling up. We'll get you the starting lineups in a second. Now both these teams are returning quite a bit of firepower on offense. Connecticut College only had 3 seniors on their squad last year who accounted for 12 goals. But they returned their leading scorer, sophomore Michelle Medina. And Tufts returns their 4 leading scorers from last year, those being Jessica Pone and Brooke Fortin with 7 goals, and Allie Wheeler and Mariah Harvey Brown with 4 apiece.
And we're just about ready for kickoff.
And Jessica Pone and Sarah Pikinen standing at half field for the kick. And as we start this one, the Jumbos are dedicating this game towards a charity called Soccer Without Borders, which helps provide soccer around the world to women in underprivileged areas. Tufts is teaming up with some women and girls in Nicaragua to help spread the game of soccer.
This continues a strong tradition of the NESCAC of combining sports and service, so going just beyond just what goes on the court, but making contributions off the court too.
And we always see our Tufts athletes wearing NESCAC shirts that say Spirit, Sports, and Service around campus.
And it looks like we have an issue on the Tufts side of the goalpost there. The referees are checking out the netting.
Yeah, you don't want any holes. There was an example of faulty equipment in the German Bundesliga about a season or two where a shot went to the outside of the net but somehow wound up going to the back of the net, crossing through. A phantom goal that shouldn't have been, and trying to prevent that.
And it looks like we have resolved that issue, and here we go. Or so we thought. And here we go. And it looks like Tufts is going to concede possession to Connecticut College. We've got the throw in here on the left side of midfield. That is off Connecticut. Tufts regains possession. And off the throw in, Tufts moves up a bit down to midfield. Looking ahead.
And already getting a little physical. Back on that sideline challenge, Alexa Pius took down Alexa Trebelli of Connecticut. So Alexa taking down Alexa early on.
And here we have the Jumbos looking to defend their own territory. And that's another throw in for Tufts.
I think the assistant might have called a foul on that one.
Indeed he did, and we'll get a free kick for Tufts. A lot of start of the game, a lot of activity close to the sidelines. And there's a great header by number 2 on Connecticut, Trebelli. But now we've got the ball down midfield, going down the left wing of Connecticut.
Yeah, some great work there by Kathy Higgins coming up from defense to bring that up.
And again, Connecticut regains possession on their own half, trying to bring it across midfield. Some good dribbling by number 19, Prue. And now but they can't really establish anything on the left wing.
Yeah, offsides on the far side. This assistant's already getting his work in. Jumbo's in white, Connecticut in dark blue.
Number 11 with the ball for Tufts, Alex Sheeman. And now they're trying to get the ball into the box, but the Connecticut goalkeeper just barely got her hands on it at the edge of the penalty box. There's the punt. Tufts gets possession.
And it looks like Lauren Steele might have gotten away with a foul on that.
A lot of activity in the midfield to start off this game. Connecticut College gains possession with space on the left wing. Will they find it? No, they drop back. And it seems like for Connecticut, number 18, Annabelle Allen, is getting a lot of touches early on in this. Sorry, that's my mistake. Number 19, Amanda Prue, is getting a lot of touches to start off this game.
Yeah, she's really working the midfield for them and hold it from that holding mid position.
And of the Connecticut half, but Connecticut regains possession. That's number 14, Libby Thomas, with the clearance, and now they're going to their left, to the left wing on Connecticut's side, trying to push the ball up.
And Kelleher will play it deep for Trebelli.
And Trebelli's making a run, but she won't get there in time. That's a good piece of defending. We're seeing a lot of also physical defending there from the Tufts defender Nicole Campolone, who also happens to be the top scorer on the Tufts team in this early season.
Yeah, 2 goals early on. She probably won't be the top scorer for long, as she is a central defender. But it's nice to see the defense getting on the score sheet.
Four minutes into this game, we have yet to see a shot on goal yet. A lot of activity around in the midfield. Both teams still trying to find their offensive rhythm. There's a lot of back and forth as we're seeing right now in the midfield. And that's a foul on Connecticut, so Tufts will get a free kick. And they're going right into the penalty box looking for the header, but they couldn't get it. But there's another cross into the penalty box, but it's cleared by Connecticut.
Yeah, a good head out there by Alex Bukovic.
Tufts regains possession, though, and they can set something up again. Going on the right wing. And looking for a cross. And the cross gets in. And mayhem in the penalty box of Connecticut. There's a shot. There's the first shot by Tufts University. I believe that was one of the midfielders, it looks like. Well, once she turns around, we can get a number. So number 15. Alex Aronson with the first shot of the game. And Connecticut, instead of having a long goal kick, tries to play it in possession. But instead they find themselves in their own half, trying to push the ball up, and that's almost a tackle there by number 7 on Tufts, Pike Hogan. We got a Connecticut throw in here, right in front of us. Trying to work it downfield. They lose seed possession back to Tufts. We have
and Brooke Fortin maybe getting away with a handball there for Tufts.
And Tufts is really physical on their defense, using their body to protect the ball in possession on many plays.
Yeah, it's certainly been very physical on the close sideline to us here so far.
And that's a great pass by number 21, Emma Vanelli. And but Tufts forwards couldn't get to it in time. However, the goalkeeper as yet didn't really clear it either. And there's the clearance from Connecticut. And Tufts seems to have been able to capitalize off these. It'll be interesting to see if they capitalize off these Connecticut passes instead of clearances. And there's a beautiful shot. When Connecticut tries to play possession, but they're deep in their own half, Tufts can take advantage of that and stage an attack.
A great curling shot there from the freshman Alex Aronson out of New Jersey.
There's the goal kick. And Tufts gains possession again. And that'll be a foul on number 12, Brooke Forden.
And it's really been physical. Whoever's been covering Nicole Della Pasqua for Connecticut has been all over her, whether it's been...
And it looks like Della Pasqua will pass off the free kick. And Della Pasqua gets it back on the right wing. She's looking for the cross. And she falls, but she's trying to recover possession. Tufts gains possession, though. That's number 2, Trebelli. But that will be a Connecticut throw-in.
And Della Pasqua's had a tough time so far. She's been covered hard by Taylor Costco and Brooke Fortin for the Jumbos. They've been beating her up.
Ball's thrown into the penalty box, but cleared out by Tufts. And that's Jessica Capone who's able to get possession of it for a little bit. But again, we're finding the ball's lost into the midfield. And that's number 24 for Connecticut, Kathy Higgins, showing some footwork. So pass down, but that'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, good ball from Della Pasqua there, up to Trebelli, but just a little too far.
And as this game progresses, it seems we're seeing more and more structured offense since teams are starting to find their offensive rhythm.
Yeah, Connecticut clearly trying to work the right sideline, looking for their wingers. Trying to get it up to Trebelli there, playing at the right forward spot. And Tufts working more through the center of the field so far.
Oh, Tufts tries to go to the right side, but they cede possession to Connecticut. They regain possession.
Good interception by Sheeman there. She actually played on the Tufts club soccer team last year. Now she's up starting on varsity.
And that's a great tackle by Tufts. That might lead to something here. There's the pass. Nobody can get to it in time. That seems to be a type of opportunity that has come up multiple times in this game where Connecticut is hesitant to clear the ball straight up and tries to pass it and maintain possession. But instead, when Tufts gets a tackle, it leads to many great opportunities.
Yeah, it's a very risky game. Of course, keeping the possession can help lead to a counterattack, but it can also spell doom for your own team if you give it up in a short area.
Connecticut a fan of the lob pass on offense, but the height of Tufts defenders makes it hard for them to get those passes through. And here's Tufts on the left wing. It'll be a throw-in for Tufts. There was Costco trying to work out something with her teammate there, Forden.
And no one going for that loose ball there. Maybe they've got the sun in their eyes on that one.
Yeah. It's a pretty bright day today. And we'll have a throw-in for Connecticut on the right side. And a slight mishap there. A Tufts player thought it was a Tufts throw-in.
And I thought it was a Tufts throw-in too, so I don't blame her. But the assistant thought otherwise.
And that's Trebelli with the ball again, protecting possession, gets it off to Prue, drops it back to Higgins.
Quite the battle there between Fortin and Trebelli.
And Tufts regains possession in the midfield, sends it down to right wing, maintains possession, looking for that cross, and here it comes. But Connecticut is able to fend it off.
Yeah, Bukovic doing a good job with the clearances today. She's really getting the ball up.
And here we go. Here we go, Connecticut on the right wing. Number 15, Della Pasca passes it down. Will be out of bounds. Tufts throw in though. And again, Della Pasca and Forden getting into it on the midfield, being really physical. That'll be a Tufts throw in again. We'll have a Connecticut throw in right at the midfield line. Connecticut looking for Trebelli on most throw-ins. And they're just slowly working the ball down with these throw-ins. We'll see if eventually they can work to a corner kick. But here's the cross in by number 11, Bukovic. And the Tufts goalkeeper will get her hands on that one.
Yeah, poor contact on that cross in by Bukovic.
And throw it out to their defense on the right side. It was a nice 1-2. Connecticut regains possession. There's a foul there on Connecticut, so it'll be a Tufts free kick.
Yeah, a little slip up on the clearance there by Brunswick, but Tufts saved by the foul.
Looks like we might be having our first substitution for Connecticut coming in soon.
Yeah, looks like Nicole Medina coming on. Sophomore twin of Michelle Medina. Connecticut with two sets of twins, the Medina sisters and the Higgins sisters.
Connecticut coach directing his defense from the sidelines as their goalkeeper gains possession as well. There's the punt.
Solid header by Campbell.
And you have Connecticut working the right wing. That's Della Pasca with the ball. Tackled by Cohen. And that will be a Connecticut throw in.
Yeah, Pikinen hasn't gotten too involved in the game yet, but she's been doing her job whenever the ball comes her way.
Camels, number 9, Nicole Medina, and for Abby Fagan.
And so Nicole Medina for Connecticut subs in for Abby Fagan. It's an interesting substitution because Abby Fagan's the captain of the team. To wonder if there's an injury or something that the coaches saw.
Yeah, it is pretty early on, only through about 15 minutes here. Maybe strategic, looking at what the Jumbos have been doing.
Well, we'll see what Medina brings to the table for the Camels. And that will be Aronson taking the free kick for Tufts, looking for her teammates in the penalty box. Nice cross. Tufts trying to make something happen. So now it's number 10 with the shot, and that's saved. Campolone got the shot off. But Montavo makes a save. Montavo had a good run in the NESCAC tournament last year as the goalkeeper.
Yeah, indeed. She helped lead them to a victory at Williams. Actually, it was their backup keeper, Amanda Onofrio, who's also a defender, who made 3 penalty saves.
And on this end,
final.
Connecticut College almost worked something out there. Number 14, Libby Thomas almost got a great opportunity with the ball, but the Tufts defense caught up in time.
And 2 substitutions here as it's like Nascimento and Taylor come on for the Camels as Della Pasqua and Kelleher come off. So the Camels using their subs early and often.
The Camels subbing all on the right side of the field, so which has been where most of their activity has been. So there probably is a stamina issue there too. Keep the fresh legs in. The Jumbos trying to get something fast going on their left side of the field, but it's cleared by Connecticut. And here's Trebelli.
Good tackle from
Good
Costco
tackle
there.
Tufts. There's the pass down middle. Picked up by Connecticut. They're working down the left wing. Good piece of defending there. Trying to find Trebelli, but again, the through pass can't find her. That will be a foul on Tufts. Connecticut will get a free kick.
Yeah, good move from Libby Thomas. Beat the defender. Took the foul. Good job as a forward.
And this lets Connecticut set something up.
We haven't seen too much action from them yet, but they won't put it right into the area yet.
There's the cross. Will somebody get to it in time? Yes, they do. And there's a kick in the general direction of the goal. Don't know whether or not that was a lob pass or a shot, but definitely the closest Connecticut has gotten to any sort of a goal today.
Yeah, no problem for Emily Bowers, the freshman goalie, on that one.
There's Tufts.
Connecticut's had some opportunities, but they need to get some more threatening balls into the area. The lobs are too easy for the defenders and the goalie to handle.
Connecticut trying to work the ball across their half of the pitch. Nice pass down the right wing to number 16, Nascimento, who just came in.
Miscommunication for the Camels there.
And Tufts almost picked that up and could have ran a counterattack.
And Steele and Prue had just had a mishap in the middle there. Didn't know who wanted the ball. They both let it through.
And that's a solid piece of defending by Tufts again. Off the throw-in. And that's a good header by Campolone. Now Tufts working the right wing. Throwing for Connecticut. There's Tufts with the 1-2 on the right flank. They still maintain possession with the throw-in. I was trying to get a corner kick, but Connecticut is able to chip away at it. Not able to clear it yet. There's a cross. Won't get to anybody. There's the clearance. We'll go back to the Connecticut goalkeeper. And there's a run by Forden to try and speed up the goalkeeper on her punt. That's a nice header by Cohn. And Tufts working down the left flank. Cleared by Connecticut. We'll see if Trebelli can get to that one. Goalkeeper picks it up, no problem. And this could be some trouble here. Tufts unable to clear the ball promptly. And that'll be a tough throw-in though.
Yeah, good job by Pius to eliminate the threat there. Nascimento with a nice win on the sideline.
And Nascimento falls down, but it'll be a tough throw-in. And again, brilliant display of footwork by Pooh. And there's Trebelli, who receives a pass on the left side, but the Jumbo's defense is there to waiting for her. She tries to pass it into the penalty box, but another great piece of defending. Now Tufts has an open left wing, see if they'll use it. No, instead they go right. And here's an opportunity here for Tufts. But the shot was deflected off of the Connecticut defender. But again, Connecticut hesitant to go with the big clearance and ceding possession to Tufts again. And now we have Tufts with possession. The cross headed away by Connecticut. Regained by Tufts. Passed out to the right wing. The cross. Ooh, that was a good piece of goalkeeping right there to prevent any possible headers from happening. And now here's the counterattack from Connecticut on the right wing, trying to find their striker, but Tufts got to that one in time. A regained possession by Nascimento. Tries to find it forward again, but Tufts able to intercept that pass. And now here's Tufts trying to work something on the left wing there. Nascimento regains possession for Connecticut, passes it down to the middle. Falling back to their defense. Tufts regains possession on that play. And now we're having another battle in the midfield.
Yeah, Lauren Steele is really the physical enforcer of this Connecticut College midfield, but she'll win the ball with a tackle, but she won't get it to her teammate effectively.
And we'll have a lob pass up, but Connecticut, ooh, that was a collision between the Connecticut goalkeeper and a Tufts forward, and that might result in that's definitely a foul. But it probably wasn't intentional, so we won't see a card there.
Yeah, just a result of aggressive play by Sheeman there and Montalvo, the goalie. Can't fault Sheeman for going for that. Of course, it's a foul, but good job by the ref to give her a talk and not a yellow.
There's another very physical tackle by a Tufts defender, Campolone. And that will result in a free kick, and this one's, I would say, within shooting distance for Connecticut.
A little far for a shot. It's about 35 yards here.
But definitely a lot more threatening than any sort of a free kick they've gotten earlier on in the game.
Definitely. We'll have to see if they put a good ball in, though. So far, they really just skied them into the area.
It looks like there's the free kick into the penalty box, but it's headed away by Tufts.
Yeah, Campolone with that height advantage. The Connecticut forwards are
struggling to
small,
mount any sort of offense against her and the rest of the Tufts back line.
Yeah, they can't win aerials against Campolone. They're going to have to get some balls in on the ground.
And there's a foul on Connecticut, so Tufts will get a free kick in their own half. 20 minutes left in the first half, still 0-0. We've seen a few shots on goal from Tufts University. Less activity from Connecticut College on their offense. And here's Connecticut trying to work the ball across their own half again. And Tufts trying to get something down the right wing. And we'll have another, not yet, but we're about to have one substitution for Connecticut College and 3 for Tufts University. So it looks like number 14, 4, and 20 are coming on for Tufts, which would be
Sadler, Harvey Brown, and Grubman coming on for the Jumbos.
And meanwhile, for Connecticut College, number 14 comes off, which would be Libby Thomas.
Making way for Alex Baltazar. And off for the Jumbos are Sheeman, Pikinen, and Fortin.
So 3 sets of fresh legs in for the Jumbos halfway through this first half. Connecticut with the clearance. They seem to be hoping that Trebelli will get will make a great run on some of those through passes and create something there, but that has yet to happen yet.
Yeah, and even with that, she's so far ahead of the midfield that she would have to display some incredible hold-up play to allow her midfielders to get up.
Yeah. And here's that's a nice corner. That's a nice cross in, but nobody else was there to receive.
And a nice play from Aronson too with the little back heel flip. Yeah.
Back heel flip. And here's Connecticut. That would be Baltazar who made the run. Now to get it off to the left wing. Looking for that cross. And they're going to go right for the shot, but deflected by Pius.
Yeah, good shot attempt from Warren Steele there. Looks like she was going for the far post. A little bit from distance, she was out towards the edge of the box.
Got two more substitutions coming in. 13 and 18 for Connecticut, which would be 13 and 18 would be McGoldrick and Allen coming in for Nascimento and number 25, Courtney Taylor.
Yeah, so a quick shift for Nascimento there.
And here's the Connecticut corner kick. We'll see what comes out of that. And still in the penalty box. Cleared out by Tufts momentarily. Connecticut defender regains possession around midfield. They've got an open right wing. They use it. A lot of space. But unable to make a run off that, but Connecticut still has the throw in.
Yeah, poor clearance from Costco there. She had a teammate, but she just kicked it out of bounds. Looks like a miss kick.
Here's Trebelli trying to get a corner kick there, but instead what we call a goal kick by the ref.
Yeah, good defense, way to hold off Trebelli on that one.
And ball down to midfield. Oh, that was a pass that's intercepted by Tufts. Number 14, who's just come on, Harvey Brown, still has the ball. Looking to get a cross in, and gets it off in time. And there was a shot, but it was saved by the goalkeeper again.
Yeah, Sadler got her foot to it, but it was kind of an awkward ball to try to shoot.
Yeah, it was. She didn't know whether to chip it or to shoot it straight on, and it kind of was in the middle of both. And Harvey Brown wants it down the left wing, but won't get it in time. That'll be a goal kick for Connecticut.
Yeah, and on that previous play, Harvey Brown had a great diagonal run straight through the midfield, and you have to wonder where the Connecticut College midfield was on that one.
And coming up, we'll have a halftime report on JumboCast. Don't forget to tweet your questions and comments to @TuftsJumboCast, and your tweet could be featured on air. And we'll also have, of course, everybody's favorite Bernie's halftime show going on. And so that's definitely something to look forward to. What will Bernie bring for us in this season for the first halftime show? Stay tuned and look forward to that. Meanwhile, we have a Connecticut free kick. Be taken by number 13, McGoldrick. Tries to get it into the box. But again, the height of the Tufts defenders makes it really hard for anything aerial to work for Connecticut in this game. There's Connecticut number 13, McGoldrick, trying to get the ball in the box again, but Tufts goalkeeper saves it. Here's Harvey Brown.
Solid pressure from Bukovic.
Drops it back. There's a lob pass. Trying to work it down to Ronson. Ronson trying to fight for possession there. And Tufts regains possession.
Yeah, great win from Ren Ali there.
Now Pius with the pass down to, they tried to find Jess Capone, but Capone couldn't get to that in time.
Yeah, Capone playing the lone striker role for the Jumbos while the Camels are using two forwards, so Capone's got a lot of work.
Yeah. And here's Connecticut on the right wing, but Harvey Brown comes from behind and gains possession.
Harvey Brown's really impressed since she's come on. Defensively there, and her run on offense, she's really providing Tufts with a motor here.
We've got a couple.
Yeah, Onofrio, Caradonna, and Murray coming on for the Camels.
So another 3 subs coming in for Connecticut. They're working it. They lose possession down on the right flank. Jumbo's trying to get a counterattack going. Capone gets to it. She's got Harvey Brown on the left wing. Harvey Brown speeding down the left wing, but it's a good piece of defending there by Higgins on Connecticut. But again, Connecticut hesitant to clear the ball immediately, and now Tufts is fighting for possession with them in their own half. Now their striker number 17, Baltazar, got a touch on that. She regains possession, and there's space on the left wing for Connecticut, but the pass was deflected. Tufts regains possession.
And Baltazar is only a freshman, but she's impressed with poise here
And
early
here's
on.
Tufts on the right wing, looking for the cross. Cross comes in, but it's too tight of an angle, and the goalkeeper got to that one. And here's Baltazar trying to make a run for Connecticut, but Tufts clears it. And that'll be a Tufts throw in. We have a Capone gets the ball on the right side, trying to work past her defender there. Connecticut defender able to complete the tackle, but again, the hesitance to clear the ball allows the Jumbos to regain possession.
Yeah, that was a good win from Higgins on Capone there. Higgins has been all over the field here, and she's been tracking down the Jumbos whenever they go forward.
It looks like that was a foul on Tufts number 20. 28? Or was it 20? Sarah Grubman. I'll give Connecticut the free kick.
And another foul on Grubman.
Apologies for our coverage of the right wing side of Tufts right now, because we're on one side of the field, and on the other side of the midfield we have to squint to try and see the back of their numbers. But here's a Connecticut free kick. The cross in. That's it was too wide and too deep for any Connecticut player to get to it in time. And there's the goal kick there's the punt from Tufts. Connecticut trying to work something down the right wing. McGoldrick fends off Harvey Brown. But Murray loses the ball. And now Connecticut drops it back to their defense.
Solid pressure from Sadler there for the Jumbos.
And that was Medina with the pass, but it was out of bounds. Couldn't find a teammate in time. And Tufts trying to amp up the pace here a bit as the first half comes down to a close. Both teams have brought in a decent amount of fresh legs, so there's definitely room for that. And there's a nice lob pass out by Connecticut, but Baltazar can't get to it in time. Tufts regains possession. It's cleared out of bounds. That'll be a Connecticut throw-in on the left wing.
We'll see if Connecticut can string something together here. They've been having more possession lately in about the last 10 minutes. We'll see if they can put something together into the box.
And that pass finds Sandler, who drops it off to her teammates coming up from behind onto the right wing. Lose possession to Connecticut, and here's the Connecticut counterattack. There's the through pass. Baltazar gets to it. Got a touch on it, but it's won back by Tufts, and that's going to be a foul on Baltazar. Again, Tufts showing how to play physical defense without necessarily fouling.
Yeah, Campolone just too big and too strong for Baltazar there.
Capolone's made many of those, many tackles preventing those runs that Connecticut keeps on trying to get their forwards and strikers to get to. And that's a handball by Connecticut.
Yeah, Higgins called on that one.
I believe that was just outside the box, though, so it'll be a free kick, but it's relatively close to the goal, and we'll see what Tufts will run here on this set piece.
Yeah, potential to shoot here if the Jumbos want. They're at about 23, 25 yards.
And it looks like it will be either Aronson or Rinaldi that will take this free kick for Tufts.
Connecticut using 4 in the wall.
And and that was a shot over the goal post, but
yeah, that type of thing, you just gotta force the goalie to make a save, just put it on target, but Aronson couldn't.
And there was definitely a decent decision to take a shot from that range. It's definitely within the distance, but they were not able to put it on target with that one.
And it shows how much faith Coach Whiting has in Aronson, the freshman, to give her that opportunity with such a close free kick.
A couple more subs coming in for both teams. I believe number 18 has come in for, and number 22 coming off for Connecticut, which would be Kingston.
A little confusion here on the substitutions.
Looks like number 27 for Connecticut is coming back in, or thought she was subbed off.
Yeah, they took off one too many.
So Annie Higgins rejoins the action. And Connecticut trying to get something going on the left side of their own half, but they cede possession again to the Jumbos. Jumbos with space to work with on the left wing. Try to go to the middle. Cede possession to Baltazar. Baltazar pushing the ball up. Looks for a teammate. Higgins. Higgins drops it back to
Medina. She loses
but
it.
Medina loses it. And there's Tufts trying to get that through pass. Capone can't get to it. Harvey Brown can't get to it. Connecticut able to regain possession. And we've got Connecticut working their left flank. Here's the cross.
And there's just so much space in the midfield there. Normally that ball would be taken instantly, but...
And that's a long shot taken by McGoldrick. Easily saved by the Tufts goalkeeper, though.
But you can just tell this midfield's getting tired already before half. A lot of space up there in front of the area.
And here we have Connecticut working the left side now, as opposed to when they were only working the right side early on in this game. We have a Connecticut throw-in.
Yeah, tough battle. The ref letting him play it out there.
There's a clearance from Tufts. Capone trying to get to it, but Connecticut will drop it back. Goalkeeper clears it down left. It sees possession back to Tufts. Regain it down deep in their own half. A lot of pressure from Harvey Brown. And that's Costco, who after a couple passes, it's going to be a Connecticut throw-in.
And Costco's been in the right spots today. She knows when to move up. She knows when to drop back. She's really helping her winger out there.
Also playing really physical defense on these throw-ins right here. Oh, it gets called for a foul on that one.
Yeah, that was a soft foul. I would have let that go.
It's going to be, looks like Cardona, or no, they're going to let McGoldrick take this free kick. And we have just under 5 minutes left in the first half of this game. Still 0-0. Drops it down the right side tries to find Baltazar, but they still get the throw in. That's Higgins. Back to Baltazar. The cross. But the Tufts goalkeeper is unable to get her hands on it. She just punched it away with her hands, and now it's another shot by McGoldrick, and it's just wide. But that was definitely a good rally by.
Great goal line stop there by Stephanie Brunswick off the rebound from Higgins, and it was a golden opportunity for Higgins. The goalie was down, and she had a pretty open net from about 15 yards, but great stop there from Brunswick on the goal line.
And as we have just back and forth on the midfield, and that'll be a free kick to Tufts, we remind you that the halftime show will be coming up in about 4 minutes with Bernie. We'll also introduce new members joining JumboCast this year, so something to look forward to. Connecticut with throw in on their own half. Gets it to Higgins. A couple of headers later, there's a Tufts. And Caradona really walking up that throw in there.
Yeah, they're starting to look tired. 45 minutes on a hot day like this. It's not surprising. Ooh, that ball coming up to me.
We almost got in on the action with that clearance. Again, this is Caradona to Higgins. And that was a great run by Keegan to keep the ball alive, but she was able to win possession for her team, but otherwise was going to be a goal kick. A great hustle being shown with just Tufts trying to look up to their forwards, but nobody's there to receive their through passes. But yet they regain possession here, and that's Capone trying to get to the ball, but Connecticut goalkeeper scoops it up just in time.
Yeah, and a tough call, and she trusted her goalie on that one.
And there was a slight push off by Baltazar on that play, but no call by the ref. Capone gets the ball with 1 minute remaining. Harvey Brown on the left wing, and it's a nice slide tackle there by Baltazar.
Harvey Brown slow to come up, and Harvey Brown beat her on the run there. Baltazar was a little stagnant getting back, but once she realized her mistake, she got right to her.
And it looks like Harvey Brown might have a bit of a injury after that challenge. She does seem to have a knee brace on already on her right knee, so you wonder if sort of a re-aggregation there.
Looks like it's her left leg though.
Yeah.
And she is walking gingerly.
And we'll have number 16, Lexi Miller, will come in for this last 40 seconds of the first half.
Now into the game for the Jumbos, number 16, Lexi Miller.
Here's the throw in. Capone can't get to it in time, and the Connecticut goalkeeper scoops it up. And Miller gets her first touch of the game, and Baltazar comes out of nowhere with the tackle. There's Capone, Miller, Baltazar. Oh, looking for Higgins down on the right wing. She won't get to it in time though. Tough defense, able to clear it out. And that will be the end of the first half. Still 0-0 here between Tufts and Connecticut.
Yeah, I'd say Tufts has gotten more opportunities going forward, but a solid job from the central defense of Connecticut, especially with Higgins, Bukovic. They've managed to keep their goalie safe, prevent some strong chances from the Jumbos. And then Connecticut really needs to get their offense going, need more threatening balls in the area.
And coming up, we have halftime on JumboCast. Don't forget to tweet your questions and comments to @TuftsJumboCast, and your tweets may be featured on air.
Good afternoon and welcome for the first time this season to the JumboCast halftime show. I'm Bernie Birnbaum and I'm alongside our newest member. Panos, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Panos Skoufalos, sophomore at Tufts, and doing JumboCast this year.
That's great. Welcome to the team. In the second half, I understand you're going to be running
The camera.
cameras.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that. We actually do have an abbreviated halftime show since they cut 5 minutes out of the halftime period. But really quickly, what do you want to share with the viewers back home? What are you excited about? What do the folks at home need to know about you?
I guess I'm really excited to be here. I love soccer as a game, so it's good to be videoing it, and really excited to be here.
Great. Well, I wish we had more time.
Oh,
but,
yeah, of course.
They're going to start the next half in 5 minutes, and we've got one more new member to bring to you. So
Yeah.
our apologies for the shortened interview, but we'll be back in 2 seconds with our second newest member.
Awesome.
And we're going to do it on the fly.
How's it going?
Because we're really limited for time, so... Oh. It's occurred to me that my mic's not working, so we're working through some difficulties here at JumboCast. But Cody, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna put on the headset, and we're just both gonna get our heads really close.
That sounds great.
All right. Oh, my mic's working again. Fantastic.
All right.
Miracle of technology here at JumboCast. So we're back. We never even left, actually. I'm still Bernie Birnbaum, and now alongside our second newest member, Cody. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm Cody Eaton, my first JumboCast today.
And, well, tell us a little bit about yourself, your year, major, if you know any of that.
Yeah, I'm a freshman. I'm looking into economics and political science, and I'm a huge soccer fan. So
that's great. So, what are you going to be bringing us in the second half?
I'd like to bring in a couple quotes from my favorite FIFA commentators. You know, strong pass on the side, a little too much mustard on that one. Absolute firecracker. Anything else that'll brighten up our JumboCast today?
Well, you've been watching the game, and it's been a low-scoring affair. Not a lot of opportunity to use language like that. What are your thoughts on the first half, if you have any?
It seemed like Tufts was definitely applying more pressure. It kept Connecticut sunken back in their side a little bit, but naturally it opened Tufts to counterattack, and there were several long passes that resulted in some decent shots for the Connecticut women's team.
Yeah, there was some firecracker down the stretch a little bit, but for the most part it was a back and forth, dare I say, not too exciting affair.
We'll see. I remain optimistic.
All right. Well, we don't have that much time, but one last thing I want to talk about, in addition to the fact that this entire soccer setup is new to us at JumboCast. It's the first time that we're doing soccer, and we're using our truck for the first time. Hopefully we'll get some shots of that at some point this weekend. We've got some snazzy new polos.
We do. I have to say, just the monogram logo, it looks nice. I saw some friends that were like, "Hey, can I get one of those?" I was like,
"Well, you got to join
JumboCast.
JumboCast.
You got to join JumboCast. Yeah,
well,
work for it."
That's some advertising for us right there. You tough students, too lazy to come to the game that are watching our wonderful broadcast. If you want to be a part of this and get a snazzy polo, all you have to do, we've got our general interest meeting Monday at 9 in Eaton, and you'll have the opportunity to broadcast any of the other sports we do, which this season are going to be football, basketball, baseball, and we're looking into other opportunities as well. So let this be a little advertisement for us.
Absolutely. We look like great models, Bernie.
We're going to be back in just a second with the second half rapidly approaching in under 2 minutes. And in the second half, we're going to have our new member, 2 new members working on the broadcast. So it's exciting times in JumboCast.
Absolutely.
We'll see you then.
And welcome back to Kraft Field. I'm Matt Macy Phelps with JumboCast. This matchup between the Tufts Jumbos and Connecticut College Camels is 0-0 at halftime. I'm with Cody Eaton. He's a new member of JumboCast, and he will be training on the play-by-play duties for the next 20 minutes. So Cody, how about a first half summary?
It's been a pretty steady match. You can see the Tufts Jumbos are absolutely controlling the midfield. They have kept far more possession, I might say. However, Connecticut does look dangerous on the counterattack, especially quick passes down the wings. Alex Baltazar was providing some threatening-looking balls, but nothing too harsh, nothing that either goalie could not handle thus far. Looks like we are approaching kickoff. I will be on your play-by-play duty for the next 20 minutes. And we're off. First pass deflected. Tufts has regained position. And that's a good-looking ball by number 19 from Connecticut. Bringing it into the 18-yard box. Oh, and the Tufts goalie gets that no problem.
Yeah, dangerous cross from Andy Higgins on that one.
Taking their time and a good-looking punt up to the half line. Intercepted by Connecticut. And Tufts able to get back to that. Struggles on the sideline. Number 11, Alex Bukovic, with a strong pass. Header flicked back by number 11, Alex Sheeman. And Tufts getting into the box. Number 4, Alessandra Sadler. Now caught on the left side. And the ball cleared out by Connecticut. Referee asking to play on. No foul. Looks like far shot. That'll be a goal kick for Connecticut.
And towards the end of the first half, Harvey Brown went down with an injury for Tufts, and she is still with the trainer. And it looks like she'll be out for the rest of this game, unfortunately.
That is a harsh setback for Tufts. She had definitely applied some strong pressure, some good plays. One of the more exciting players in the first half, if I would say so myself. Ball played back by Alex Bukovic. Kathy Higgins making a driving run up the field. Alex Sheeman applying pressure for Tufts. And Caroline Kelleher will see it out. Now we have a throw-in for the Camels. Taking their time on this one. Not the rushed throw-ins we saw during the first half. A little bit slower pace.
Good switch from Medina there to shake things up on the midfield.
Absolutely, play had been very concentrated on the right side thus far. Connecticut using both sides of the field now. Good interception by the defense from Tufts. And a strong header from Nicole Campolone.
Yeah, that's what she does. She's the tallest out on that whole field there.
Absolutely, in central defense, height is a huge advantage. Dangerous looking play from Connecticut on the edge of the box, but cleared safely by Tufts. Brought out to Alex Sheeman, and a good looking pass. Alessandra Sadler applying pressure to the Connecticut left back, but it is out of danger by Connecticut. Oh, but a quick interception returns possession to Tufts, and a far shot. Nothing the Connecticut goalie can't handle. Brianna Montalva looking just fine back there.
And Aronson loves the long shots, but that one was just too far. She had some open space in front of her, and if she had her head up, she could have brought the ball up some.
Another 5 yards, and you can place a shot much more directly, make the goalie really work for it. Caught in the corner over there, and it'll be a Connecticut throw-in. Short throw and just out. Does not get the cross out in time. Goal kick for Tufts. Emily Bowers, the freshman, with a good-looking kick, plenty of height. Battle in the midfield once again, but it'll be a tough throw-in. Here comes Alessandra Sadler. Connecticut has women back, but no, Tufts is not able to penetrate through the defense, and it's back to Connecticut taking up through the midfield. Taylor Kasho, some nice hold up. Back to the central defense of Tufts. And Tufts has regained possession once again. Making good use of the left side of the field, and that'll be a Tufts throw-in.
Tons of space in the midfield right now. Jumbos can really bring it up the field right now. And Fortin really getting away with a shove on that one. That should have been a foul for the Camels.
Seems the ref hasn't been too touchy thus far. Glad to see play move on unless it's anything too nasty.
Something about the wind there.
Lots of wind, sorry about that. And Alex Sheeman driving at defenders. 4-on-1 there. Gets back to the defense. Moving up again along the right side once again. Good crossover move from Stephanie Brunswick. Yeah, Connecticut gets to it once again. Tufts once again. Good cross into the middle. Tufts unable to find that pass. Good pressure. Connecticut defense does a good job of guiding that out.
And hesitation there from Amanda Prue on the clearance. And she didn't know which way she wanted to clear it out. And it almost turned it over to Sadler, but eventually cleared it to the sideline.
Oh, it looks like a handball, but the play goes on. Definitely unintentional, of course, but an outstretched arm somewhat disrupts play. And it'll be another goal kick for Connecticut. Looks like we have a substitution coming on for Connecticut, number 18, Annabelle Allen. Low kick from Montalvo.
Yeah, I don't think that's what she intended.
Seems like there's been a couple of those thus far for her. Not always where she's trying to go. And a good ball out to the left. Strong shove by number 12, Brooke Fortin. And it'll be a tough throw-in. Looking semi-threatening here. Tufts has space in the midfield. Nice fake there. And is that a cross? Oh! Good header, but straight at the goalkeeper.
Yeah, great run by Peiken there. She got past one defender, put in a good ball for Aronson, but couldn't finish on the header.
Connecticut has it back into the midfield. Looking to take advantage of that space, crosses it over to the left. Caroline Kelleher challenging on the left side, but Tufts defender Stephanie Brunswick takes care of it. Connecticut throw-in. And Annabelle Allen will take the throw-in for Connecticut after the substitution.
Entering the game for the Camels, number 18, Annabelle.
Cross
Allen.
into the middle to number 27, but once again, Tufts defense. Strong clearance. Oh, is that a very wide shot past the 6-yard box, but decent effort from Connecticut. Another goal kick for Tufts. Fairly spread out for this goal kick. Gives Tufts a lot of options. Good pass, playing it back. Ooh, lovely ball up to Alex Aronson. She goes in towards goal, but Connecticut does a good job of keeping their body in between her and the ball. Building it up. Strong clearance, and that'll be a Tufts throw-in, I believe. Yes, indeed.
And Bukovic played the long ball on that counter, but she could have played it short right to Annabelle Allen and would have kept the possession going.
It seems Connecticut has been a bit panicked at times when they hesitate back in their back four and then just decide to kick it up rather than retain possession in the midfield. Lots of wind once again. Sorry about that. Connecticut moving through the midfield. Tufts interception. Connecticut throw-in. Ball straight to Libby Thomas. Plays it into the middle. And Tufts gets a good look at it. And time in the midfield. Counter-attack has Connecticut looking a bit spread out in their defense. Beautiful ball into number 4. Unable to connect. Connecticut drops it back out, but Tufts regains possession quite quickly. Threatening again on the right side. Number 25, Stephanie Brunswick. Into the middle. Weak shot, however, not able to test the goalkeeper. Bounces into her hands.
And that's some of the action you want to see in a game. That ball in there to Sadler. If Tufts gets a few more of those, definitely they'll connect on 1 or 2 of them and get some strong shots.
Definitely want to make the goalie work more than she had to in the first half. Most of the shots were straight at her, more or less. We have a free kick about 5 yards in from the half for Connecticut. And they'll do the short pass, moving up the right side. Tufts intercepts it in the midfield, counter-attacking once again. Good pass up to Alex Sheeman, going one-on-one with the defender, looking for a pass into the middle. Will she get there? Deflects off of Alessandra Sadler, and Connecticut clears it back out once again, but the pressure is far from over. That split-second hesitation once again making things look dangerous. But now Connecticut is on the attack, crosses out towards the left, but Tufts defense able to take decent care of it. And it goes back into the middle. Tufts clear. And Connecticut gains possession in their own half once again. Ooh, good turn from number 24, Kathy Higgins. And a wasted attempt by the Tufts midfield. Straight at the Connecticut goalkeeper. Strong punt, back to the Tufts defense. Waited a second too long to get that touch. Connecticut takes advantage. Tufts has girls back. Ooh, a shove there by Baltazar. And there will be a Connecticut throw-in deep into the Tufts half.
Now entering the game for the Camels, number 20, Haley Keegan.
Haley Keegan making the substitution for Connecticut. And Jess Capone for Tufts, keeping fresh legs on the field.
Yeah, and we're seeing a much higher pace of play right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit of goal-scoring action in the next few minutes.
Absolutely. It's been back and forth. I'd say Tufts looks the more threatening of the two at the moment, but Connecticut looks like they definitely have some energy to them. Now go out for a corner kick for Connecticut. Looks like man marking in the box. Tufts goalie dictating what she wants to see. Number 19, Amanda Poole, looks to be taking the kick with good high cross. Goes back. No problem for Tufts goalkeeper Emily Bowers. Taking her time, allowing the team to move up to the midfield line. Strong punt. Gets to Capone, who's looked the more threatening of the strikers this game. However, has been more absent in the second half than in the first. Good defensive work by Tufts, get the pressure away, although failure to get to that header leaves Tufts a bit vulnerable. Number 27 for Connecticut challenging. Attempted shot blocked.
Good composure by Pius there at the top of the box to allow the clearance.
Absolutely, they're meeting the Connecticut challenges with adaptability. Don't seem to be too worried, no panicking back there, keeping a level head. Connecticut passes straight to the Tufts midfield, and it'll be out for a Tufts throw-in, with Taylor Costco taking the throw. Over to Alex Sheeman, and a foul.
Yeah, clear call there. Bukovic using her hands, pushing Sheeman down.
Good position here for Tufts. Any kick will allow them to get right into the 18-yard box. We'll see if they can capitalize on this one. With Aronson taking the kick. Good ball. Oh! Unable to get a solid touch on it, and it'll go out for a Connecticut goal kick.
Yeah, great ball from Aronson there. Had the right amount of spin to catch the wind and just held up and dropped down right for Campolone, yeah.
Tufts ran in behind the Connecticut defense. Kind of a bit of poor defending there, unable to mark their men too closely.
Yeah, that'll be one that Campolone wants to have back.
Things getting physical in the Connecticut midfield. Tufts attacking Alex Sheeman with a shot, and it'll be wide and to the right. No issue for Montalvo.
A lot more opportunities in these last 5 minutes, and this Connecticut defense is really feeling the pressure right now.
Tempo remains high indeed. Montalvo with a stronger free kick than those of late, but it goes straight into the path of Sheeman, taking it to the corner. One-on-one with number 18, Allen from Connecticut. And she turns her player, taken down in the box, no foul, play on. Connecticut clearance goes back to Tufts, and Connecticut regains possession. Jumble right there in the Connecticut midfield. Tufts taking it on the left side, slowing things down a bit. Cross over to number 25, Brunswick, and it's back to Connecticut. Attacking on the left, 14 going solo. Bounces back to number 9. And offsides for Connecticut, number 27, Higgins.
And just going back to the other end of the field there, that was a strong penalty shot for Sheeman. She had made a great turn past her defender, and the defender was trying to win the ball back from behind and just took her down. And I think that was a very strong candidate for a penalty shot there.
Yeah, you have to be very careful when coming from behind on those tackles. If you don't get strong connection on the ball, then there's really no defense. Good movement on the left by Tufts. Taking it to the corner, cuts inside her defender. Some decent footwork there. The cross blocked by Connecticut. A Tufts corner. Some enthusiasm from the Tufts bench. Definitely have been louder than the Connecticut bench. It's nice to have that support from your team. And we have Emma Rinaldi taking the kick for Tufts. No short man. Looks like they'll definitely go into the box, try and create a goal here. Check. High ball into the middle. Montalvo gets it. Good hands out there, taking it slow. Strong kick. It's far past the half line, but once again, Campbellone using her height to her advantage, getting that strong header. 2-on-2 back there in the Connecticut half. When a missed interception by number 25 allows Annabelle Allen to take it up the left, intercepted by the Tufts defense once again, no problem. Brings it to the midfield, taking it a bit slower. Strong ball into the middle, too strong for Tufts to latch onto.
Yeah, and Fortin called offsides on the far end.
That will be a Connecticut kick.
Haven't seen too much offsides from either side. A little bit from both, but they've generally been disciplined throughout the day.
Just the one call for each side. Number 24 taking the kick. Calling a foul on Tufts. Connecticut getting a free kick further up the field now. 20 yards inside the half. Looks like we'll have Bukovic taking the kick. And 2 substitutions waiting on the side. Bukovic with the kick. Strong ball into the middle. Plenty of bodies in there. Connecticut rips a shot, but it is straight at the Tufts goalkeeper. Strong boot. Tufts settles it in the midfield, but unable to keep possession. Connecticut connecting. Strong ball out to the left. Too far. Too much mustard on that one. And we have the substitutions. Alex Trabelli and Amanda Onofrio coming on for Connecticut. There's one for Tufts as well. And 2 more lining up on the side. Number 16, Lexi Miller, and 6, Allie Wheeler. Strong movement down the right. 1-2. Attacking play by number 25, Stephanie Brunswick. Unable to capitalize.
And a great run from Brunswick. She saw the open space on the wing, and she took it, and she won the team the corner.
And 2 tough substitutions coming on now. Definitely adding some height with Lexi Miller. Will be advantageous for this corner. It looks like we'll have Rinaldi taking the corner for Tufts. Strong ball into the middle. Bobbled by the goalkeeper, and she'll throw it up to the Connecticut midfield. Jumbled up into the midfield. Strong challenge by Connecticut. They maintain possession. Bring it back to their defense. Slow things down. Space in the middle, looking to take advantage, is number 3, Amanda Onofrio. Strong tackle by Tufts. And they'll put it up on the right wing. Signaled out for a Tufts goal kick. Or Tufts corner.
And with that break in the action, we'd like to thank you, Cody. You did a magnificent job in your first training session. So
thank you very much, Matt.
Yeah, and we'll bring on Matthew back, the play-by-play duties. So thank you, Cody.
And with the way this game's going, you really get the feeling whoever scores the first goal is going to be able to drop back into a defensive formation and take it. So everybody's looking for that breakthrough.
Yeah, definitely.
And we have, oh, that was a physical challenge by Tufts.
And the clock is getting stopped here. We might pull out a card.
And yep, there's a card.
Yellow card for Pius. And previous to that, about 20 seconds earlier in the midfield, there was quite a strong couple challenges on Christina Caradona for the Camel. She was taken down pretty hard. So good to see the ref exerting a little authority here, pulling out the book.
Yeah, and as the game winds down, you don't want it getting too physical and people ended up getting injured.
Yeah, already one serious injury on the game, not from malintent, but just the nature of it.
That's taken by number 18, it's crossed in, and we'll see. And Tufts trying to get that counterattack going. Oh, that's a nice header by Connecticut. And Tufts defender turns the corner. That's number 25 getting it up to Capone. Capone gets it back after the 1-2. She's got room on the right side. Chooses to go down middle. Solid piece of defending by Connecticut. And now they're down on the counterattack with number 18, Allen. She finds Trebelli, but Trebelli was tripped. And although Campolone would beg to defer, a foul has been called.
Yeah, it certainly looked incidental. It didn't look like Campolone was trying to do that, but I agree with the call in that Trebelli was making an impressive run, had a good ball towards her. Good foul call.
And so we have another Connecticut free kick. Short pass by Connecticut to try to get the cross in. They wanted to find a better angle, but nobody was able to get to that cross.
Yeah, great drawn-up plan there. Sorry about the wind. Annabelle Allen sneaking behind the wall, and they went to her on the fake. She got a nice cross in. Could have been a little more in front of the goal, but a nice little draw up there from the Camels.
Got just under 20 minutes left in the second half. Still score 0-0. Both teams have had a few good opportunities. None have been able to convert them yet. And here, Tufts gains possession momentarily, but gives it up. And again, having a battle for the ball in Connecticut's half of the field. And that's Allen. Just trying to find her teammate, Higgins. Unable to keep possession. Now Tufts has room on the left wing, and it's a play-on advantage on both sides, actually. But they're going to take it all the way, looking for a shot or a pass. Connecticut with the tackle. They don't choose to clear it, and Tufts can get the ball back in. Capone with the shot, but Connecticut goalkeeper saves it.
And a strong build-up there from the Jumbos that really started with Emma Rinaldi making a run about 30 yards long through the midfield, and the Camels just left Alexa Trebelli on her the whole time. They didn't get any defensive midfielders covering her, and it just allowed her to walk through.
Yeah, probably some defensive matchups getting mixed up there. Connecticut trying to push the ball up. Overloading on the right side. And watch out for Allen on the left wing, who's actually wide open over here, as we can see really evidently if they can get a crossover to her. And here it comes. And there's a shot by, who's that? That was one of the twins, Nicole Medina, number 9.
And one of the best opportunities all day for the Camels right there, but she just needs to put that in the low corner. She sent it right at.
There we go, Capone on the right side. Drops it back to the middle. The pass up to, and there's a shot by Grutman. We'll have a substitution for Connecticut. McGoldrick will come in on for number 26, which will be Lauren Steele. For the Jumbos, we also have a sub coming in soon too. She'll come in on the next play. Subs continue to come in as this game winds down, keep the legs fresh. And Trebelli will be called for a trip there. Free kick here for Tufts.
Tufts really spreading out along the 18.
And Connecticut unable to clear it. And there's an it's an offside call.
Yeah, good job by the defense.
That was a good offside trap that was set by the Connecticut defense.
Yeah, holding that 18.
Connecticut possession.
Yeah, pretty light call there. Just a small little push in the back. Technically a foul.
Connecticut's going to try and go right into the box, but it's headed away by Tufts. McGoldrick gets it to Keegan on the wing. Drops it back. Looking for Capone. Capone gets to it. Loses it. But Brunswick is there.
Good battle from Piken to win that.
And able to win that ball for Connecticut. And now we have and now Tufts has possession. Wheeler in the box, turns, gets it to her teammate. There's a shot, and
oh, and great link-up play. We have an injury down now.
And that's number 3, Onofrio.
And a great link-up from Aronson up top. And she was working with Allie Wheeler.
Yeah, and Aronson just got in the game and got another great shot off.
Yeah, forcing Montalvo to make a real save.
Looks like we have we'll have another substitution soon. That'll be Pooh will come in for probably the injured player, which remains to be seen whether or not she'll come off. It looks like it was maybe she fell on her arm or something.
Yep.
The team medical expert is doing some checkups.
And she's going back to her team huddle, so she might stay on the field.
Yeah, it looks like she's staying on the field. That was, again, Onofrio.
And she will eventually come off.
Okay, so Onofrio's off, and Pooh is in. And Pooh just brings a lot of great footwork and passing to the kind of a defensive midfield she plays on the Connecticut team.
Yeah, certainly, and she's right in the center there, and that's been the hot spot of late.
There's a goal kick. Tufts is able to deflect it back. Connecticut throw in. And here's the throw. Trebelli has possession, gets it down to a teammate on the right wing.
Watch your back, Steph! Steph, watch your back!
And Tufts can't clear the ball yet. They get the clearance there. There's again some physical play going on. That's the refs are calling the game a bit tighter now as the time winds down, and Connecticut will get another free kick.
Yeah, it looked like Grubman with the foul there. She's had a few already in this game.
Yeah.
Chan, let's go, Chan!
And it looks like this will be it'll be a straight-on shot by McGoldrick, who has taken a few in the various Connecticut free kicks in this game. Seems to be an option they like to go to.
Yeah, certainly one of the stronger feet on the Connecticut squad. Only a freshman.
Here's a tough throw in, and but we're gonna let the two subs come in first. So number 18,
That one for Tufts, number
Quinton.
18, Chandler Quinton, and number 4, Alessandra Sadler.
Quinton and Sandler come in for Grubman and we can't get a view of her number. Oh, number 6, Wheeler. Capone passed it off to Ronson, who lost possession. Now Connecticut trying to go with a through pass, but striker can't get to it in time.
Yeah, pretty dangerous ball there from Kingston coming out the challenge.
And it only takes one of them to go through that could change the whole dynamic of this game. So we'll see if fatigue starts to come into play, defenses start to get a bit sloppier, and somebody can make a breakthrough play. And Brunswick with the tackle, but it'll be a Connecticut throw-in. And Caitlin Murray comes in for the Camels. She will take out Annie Higgins. So Connecticut bringing in fresh legs for the forwards. They're looking for that speed and fresh legs to get a breakthrough on their through passes. And here's Medina. Looks for a teammate on the left, and looks like Trevelli won that ball over. And there's a cross. Connecticut does have possession. Medina loses. There's a.
We got a penalty.
That's going to be a foul call inside the penalty box. So it will be a penalty for Connecticut.
Looks like Pius fouled Medina on that one.
And probably just one too many for Pius, who's been called for a few.
Already put on a yellow card. So.
Yeah. So the ref's eyes were on her, and she's having a few words with the ref, but the penalty will happen, and looks like it will be Trevelli. She will take the penalty. And here we go. She missed the penalty. It was wide. That was a great opportunity there for Connecticut, but it was wide left.
And really the story of the day, a bunch of wasted chances on offense, and
Also,
none bigger than that one for Trebelli.
Also good anticipation by the Tufts goalkeeper, though. So that was the right direction she guessed, and so good goalkeeping. Might have saved it even if it was on target.
But nonetheless, not getting it on the frame on a penalty is inexcusable, and Trebelli will be probably hearing about that one from her coach for quite a while.
Yes, especially if this game ends up as a draw or even a loss to Connecticut. Here's Baltazar wins possession and draws a foul.
And you know, the penalty decision, I don't really have a problem with that call. It did appear to be a foul in the box, but I just think the foul on Sheeman, or the should have been foul on Sheeman on the other end, should have been called as well.
Consistency on both ends.
Yep. But still agree with the call.
And we're down to 9 minutes here in the second half. Still 0-0. Both teams looking for that breakthrough.
Tufts getting called for a string of fouls now. Camels threatening.
The Camels seem to be capitalizing off the tight whistle of the refs. They know that they can gain free kicks off these and set up their set pieces. And we've seen them take a lot of shot attempts actually off these free kicks. McGoldrick seems to be taking this one again. Nope.
Still way too far out for a shot.
And that's a cross, but that's headed away by Capelone. And Kingston gained possession for a bit there, but didn't amount to a constructive offensive play.
But Connecticut certainly looking the more dangerous side recently.
Yeah, Tufts has been quiet on its offensive end. And there's a goal kick. And there's a foul on Connecticut, so Tufts will get a free kick and have a time to set up its players.
And a lot of these calls that are being made right now weren't being made in the first half, so physical play not being as rewarded right now.
And we weren't able to get to that. Connecticut trying to work the ball down there, out of their half. Go to middle to Medina. Well, there's the tackle by Tufts. And here comes the counterattack. Down to, that's Brunswick. Brunswick keeps it in bounds. And now she's looking for the cross. And she actually maneuvered past her defender, but still got the throw in. So
yeah, it took one touch too many, and she was too close to the defender by the time she wanted to cross it.
And Capone, or not Capone, rather Aronson, loses possession, and that'll be a goal kick for Connecticut. And ooh, that was a one player used a foot, one player used a head, and a foul will be called. Capinell was almost kicked in the face by Murray, number 12 on Connecticut, and here we have a free kick for Tufts. And with all these fouls being called, like these free kicks are definitely could end up being really crucial decisions in how the game turns out.
Yeah, it's certainly changing the tempo of the game.
And that's into the box. Cohen got a head on it, but it was wide. Now Connecticut tries to clear it, but they do get it to, they got it to number 12, Murray there, and it'll be a tough throw-in. Tufts trying to get something going here. Throw it into the box, but nobody was able to get to it. Goalkeeper scoops it up. Here's the punt. And the header is won by Rinaldi. But Medina gets possession, drops it off to Allen, loses it to Ronson. She gets it down to Sadler. Sadler still has possession. Now she's looking for the cross. There, oh, it's over the goal.
Yeah, almost chipped the goalie on that one. That would have been a little lower.
Lauren Steele will come in for Nicole Medina, and Caroline Kelleher will come in for Annabelle Allen. So 2 more substitutions for Connecticut. And Tufts tried to work down the right wing, but they lose possession momentarily. Regained by Campolone. Now Campolone's taking it down. Beautiful pass down to Capone. Capone turns, looks at the wing, tries to get a cross in, but there were too many defenders in between. And now Tufts really amping up the pressure. But here's the Connecticut counterattack. Trebelli. Finds Murray, but they lose possession.
Number 26, Lauren Steele, and number number 6, Caroline Kelleher.
We have a Tufts throw-in. Less than 4 minutes left in regulation time. And here we have a cross here down the middle. Sadler tries to get to it. She will get to it. And she works past one defender, can't get past the second. And Connecticut, again, reluctant to go for the big clearance. And losing possession. Brunswick able to get her foot on it, and that's a foul on Brunswick.
The Jumbos mounting the late challenge, trying to go through Sadler up top.
And now they're sending, Connecticut's sending as many players up as possible, having the goalkeeper take this kick with under 3 minutes left. And it's sent down in the midfield. They try to go to the left wing to Kelleher, but Kelleher can't get to it in time. Tough throwing. Oh,
and the
looks like there was a foul call on Brunswick, so we're not on Brunswick in the midfield. So we'll get another Connecticut free kick with looks like it's either going to be McGoldrick or Prue.
Yeah, good job by the referee to wait for the advantage there. Once he heard the Connecticut sideline shouting.
To the left. Was not there at all on that side, so another good idea by Connecticut coming out of the set piece. And it'll be a tough throw in with under 2 minutes left. Brunswick takes it, tries to get the Sandler, but loses the header. Brunswick gets it back. And here's Prue tried to go with the through pass, loses it, and now the ball's in Connecticut's half. Get it over midfield. And there's Campanelle with a nice tackle. Now she's taking up the ball herself. There's a nice through pass to Sadler. If she can get to it, not in time, but maintains possession. Sadler's made a few good runs like that so far. She tries almost found Capone. There's a timely clearance by Connecticut as this game is winding down with less than 2 minutes left.
Campolone's made 2 runs down the right flank in the last 5 minutes. That ball was almost on target.
And even though she's the sweeper, she's shown that she can push the ball up with pace too. And sometimes it's all just that one extra person you need that creates all the extra spacing and angles.
Yeah, Connecticut sort of thrown off by her runs there.
Capone drops it off to her teammate on the left wing. Here's the cross. Sadler can't get to it. 30 seconds left. Connecticut coach is saying everybody up. Wants his players to go for that last goal. And here's Baltazar finds Trebelli. Trebelli gets possession. Tries to cross it in. Nobody's there. There's the clearance by Tufts.
10,
And there's 10 seconds left.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
And
2, 1.
And that will be it. Final score, Tufts Jumbos 0. Oh, it's not the final score. My bad.
Yeah, we'll be going to overtime here.
Yep. Remember, in NESCAC rules, you do have an overtime.
So 2 15-minute sessions. If none of them can find a goal, it is golden goal. And some entertainment despite the low score line so far. Of course, the missed penalty by Trebelli that she put wide really could have ended this one late.
Definitely, and both teams within the last 5 minutes were also really aggressive on the offensive end, and if one of those passes had found the right person, then we could have had a different result. But we're headed to overtime. We also remind you that following this game's coverage, we will be covering the men's game between Tufts and Connecticut College. It will be right after our coverage of the women's game. It was supposed to have kickoff at 2:30, but in lieu of the overtime, it'll probably be a bit later. But we'll have both games for you nevertheless. So stay tuned and look forward to that. Both teams have already showed up and started stretching and warming up on the sidelines.
Yeah, of course, the men's team, the defending D3 national champions.
If you guys want a break, let me know. You want me to bring you down now? Can you bring them down now, please?
And we'll be back when we'll resume with overtime coverage once play resumes.
And welcome back to JumboCast. We are just starting the first half of overtime in this matchup between Tufts and Connecticut. Connecticut will start with the ball at the half with, is that 10 minutes on the, 15 minutes on the clock. Pass back. Definitely starting with energy.
Yeah, and we really saw it pick up towards the end of the second half there. Both teams breaking out on some breakaways and couldn't put the ball in the net.
Definitely a physical battle in the midfield there with a challenge from Tufts. Moving up the left wing is Alex Sheeman, and the ball will go out for a Tufts throw-in. Sheeman with the throw, settled by Ronson, and back out for another Tufts throw-in. Still on the left side, looking for the cross. Turns up her defender, shot. Oh, wow. Just off the left crossbar. Bouncing on the side of the net. You can definitely see that attacking instinct there with Tufts. Capone sitting up high in front of the last defender.
And the Camels will have to lock down better on Aronson. She's got by far the best shot for the Jumbos, especially from long range.
Good challenge, gets the ball back for Tufts. Heavy battle. Sadler coming in for the challenge. Oh, and a Meg by number 18, Allen. Keep out, but it's one right back for Tufts with Brunswick recovering the ball. And now a Connecticut throw-in. High pass down the left. Higgins battling in the corner. Gets through two Tufts defenders. Dangerous pass to the right, but the ball will go out. Far shot to the right, and that's a Tufts goal kick. Lauren Steele is down with an injury. Refs have stopped time, and the trainer will come on to the field.
Yeah, it looks like she might have been kicked on that challenge there when she sent that ball across.
Yep, rubbing the left knee. Never a fun place to be in.
And Steele, one of the more physical midfielders for the Camels.
Yeah, if she's out of this game for the rest of extra time, that is a blow for the Camels.
Looks like they'll bring on Nicole Medina.
One of the two sets of twins, the Medina sisters and the Higgins sisters, I believe.
Indeed.
You can argue this might even be advantageous to the two sides. They can settle themselves, get in the huddle, reestablish the game plan.
They'll be tired at this point. A lot of the starters are still on the field right now.
Absolutely. The substitution seems to have been centered on the left and right wings. You know, the defense is still battling. It's probably going into their 100th minute soon.
Yeah, players like Brunswick, Campolone, Pius, and Costco. They've all been out there the whole game for the Jumbos. And likewise for most of the Camel defenders, too.
Strong goal kick. Yeah, I know from my days in high school soccer, I played central defense. They expect every minute, so you just keep up the stamina.
Yeah, unfortunately, defenders aren't the ones who get most of the substitutions.
Yeah, just looking at professional leagues, too, you'll see they're playing the longest. Good cross in from Connecticut.
Handball shout there. Clipped a Jumbo defender.
Gets out, and Tufts clears it up the right side. Good ball, but it'll roll out for a Connecticut throw-in.
Yeah, just didn't quite have the angle that Sadler needed.
Kingston taking the throw. Goes straight to Higgins, but Tufts recovers. Looking dangerous down the right yet again. Good pass from Capone. Potential foul, but they play on. Good cross into the middle. Intercepted by Connecticut. Good defensive play back there. Tufts regains possession. Applying pressure once again. Looks for the pass through the middle. And, oh, the goalie gets to it. Tufts player falls in the process, but I believe that's a clean save. Goalie has every right to that ball. Good interception. Pressure from Tufts. Goes out. That'll be a Tufts throw-in. Taken by number 25, Brunswick. Definitely added a creative flair over on the right, Brunswick does. Coming into the 18-yard box. Met by Tufts. Shot is too weak. Intercepted. Another one. Far shot. Right at the goalie, however. Unable to challenge her.
Yeah, Pikinen had a chance from about 15 or 18 yards, and she just should have struck it a little bit harder.
Yeah, I feel as if the practice proceeding, following this game, there's definitely going to be some, shooting at the corners, low corners. That's what could have won this game.
Yeah, finishing under pressure has been the issue.
Smart cut in. Cross met by Connecticut. Cleared out. Tufts will meet it again with the sweeper. And Montalvo gets it again. Strong boot. Passed back by Connecticut. The Jumbo defense remaining tight onto the Connecticut side. Pass in the middle. Struggle on the ground. Alex Baltazar gets out. Moving down the left side. Heavy contact with her defender. And strong tackle. Excellent play by the Tufts defense. And that'll be a corner for the Connecticut Camels.
Yeah, crucial tackle from Brunswick there. Baltazar making a pretty fast run. She's one of the pacier players for the Camels, but Brunswick with superb timing.
Yeah, exactly what you need a slide tackle for. Slide in, catch up on the extra space. Don't let her get the crossover. But looks like they might try a short play here. Tufts ready for it though, with two girls standing out in front. Strong level kick into the center. Tufts gets to it. Everyone's surging up the field towards the Connecticut goal. Rough challenge. That'll be a foul. Free kick for Tufts. Not looking fantastic. Taking a minute to get up there.
Yeah, probably the wind knocked out of her on that one. Hit the ground pretty hard.
Brunswick powering through, it seems. Certainly a resilient player based on her performance today. And we'll have Renali taking the kick. Tufts line very far up the field. Good ball through the center. Montalvo will get to it. Ooh, that's swung her feet around there.
That'll certainly bring out the book.
Yep, that's a yellow card. You can argue momentum, but you got to keep your feet away from the goalie in that position. That's, I don't know about a red card as the Connecticut coach is asking for, but.
Yeah, the coach screaming at the ref for a red card. I was borderline on that one between a yellow and a red. Certainly a yellow no matter what. I'd say 50-50, that could certainly be a red, actually. The way she came in with her feet at the keeper clearly had the position, and I think Camp Warren's a little lucky to get away with a yellow on that one. Keeper still down.
It could be a blow for Connecticut. She's been very solid back there, Montalvo.
So yet another break in this first overtime period.
Yeah. See, Alex Santiago is warming up on the Connecticut bench in case she's needed to come in to take over the task of guarding that Connecticut goal. that the third yellow card for Tufts so far?
We've got one on Pius. Now Camp alone, so it's at least 2.
Lexi Miller talking with the coach on the sidelines. Could signal substitution soon. Montalvo is coming off with a limp. She does not look too happy about it. And there will be a substitution, I believe. Santiago looks ready off the bench.
And they're going to put Amanda Onofrio, the defender and backup goalie, in goal. And Onofrio is the player who made some penalty saves in the NESCAC championship last year. So she has certainly contributed from both defense and between the pipes.
Switching jerseys very quickly now. 3 minutes left in this first half of overtime. As you mentioned with Matthew earlier, it's definitely a more physical second half, and the refs becoming less tolerant as the physicality of the play increases.
Tufts certainly upped their shots on goal recently, so a lot of pressure on Onofrio now. Probably didn't expect that coming into this one.
And the whistle is sounded. Onofrio will take the kick. Out to the left side. Good trap from Connecticut. You can see just every ball being sprinted at. Lots of pressure from Tufts. Switching the field over towards the left. Lexi Miller misses the ball but takes on her defender, cutting inside. And it's tipped back out to the Connecticut midfield. Good work from Nicole Medina in there, keeping possession. Switch to the right side. Bounces off Lexi Miller. And the ball is hit too deep. Goes to the Connecticut keeper, Onofrio. Tufts wins the kick in the midfield. A little bit jumbled there, but Miller gets it again on the left wing. A lot of hustle out of her, you can see. Every challenge, right on the ball.
And not many Camel players moving off the ball, and is leaving them with very few options with this high-pressure Tufts defense right now.
Absolutely, they're having trouble getting it out of their own half, Connecticut. Capone trapping. Beating one defender, losing it to the second. Comes back to Tufts in the midfield, but now we are moving up the field. Nicole Medina. Good 1-2 there. Drops it up on the right side, but goes to the Tufts defender. Baltazar with a little tussle right there. Miller popping it over defender, but it bounces out for a Connecticut throw-in. Now we have a Tufts throw-in. Looks like that is number 12, Brooke Fortin. Under a minute to go now. Capone with a good chest trap. Drops it back to a teammate. Very good settling from Tufts. Once again, that strong man-to-man pressure, making it hard for the Camels to get out of their own half. Another good recovery by Tufts. They'll switch out to the right side. Strong kick up the field. Deflected by the Camels out to Sheeman.
And Jumbo's just bullying the Camels around with possession right now.
You have to imagine if this pressure keeps up, they look more likely of the two to break the deadlock.
10, 9, 8, 7,
The countdown.
5, 4,
Will she rip a shot? And it's wide.
1.
That concludes our first half of overtime. Still 0-0.
And we're back here for the second half of Tufts versus Connecticut College in overtime. This will be the final period. 10 minutes. Got a number 19's come in for Tufts. So Lena Chang, freshman from Palo Alto, California. She'll be making a
It's a bold call from Coach Whiting to put a freshman on like that first time in the game.
If I'm not mistaken, Palo Alto High School is where Jeremy Lin went too. Great athletes come from there. Here's Higgins, who still maintains possession and gets off a shot, but it's way over the post.
And of course, if you missed it, Amanda Onofrio now in goal for the Camels after Montalvo was injured on a challenge from Campalone, who received a yellow card.
It'll definitely be interesting to see how she reacts on whatever the Jumbos can throw at her, given that she's not been in goal for the whole game and suddenly is thrust in this situation. Camels trying to get a through pass there. Higgins won't get through in time, but Baltazar almost got to it there.
Campbell eventually communicating with Bowers there.
And foul on Connecticut. Jumbo's free kick. That's put into the box. Headed away by Connecticut. And that's Medina. Goes on the left wing to Murray. Loses the ball. And here comes Tufts on the counter attack.
Aronson.
That is Aronson. Aronson muscles past one defender. Can't get past Medina. Really physical play, but a no call. And there's a shot deflected by the defender. And that's another cross. Capone chips it, and it's good. It is good. That's a beautiful chip shot.
And the ball in from Aronson finds its way to Capone, and she puts in the winner for the Jumbos. And a breakdown there with the defense, and Onofrio, thrust into an awkward spot as a goalie coming on from a defender.
Yeah.
But she couldn't get to that ball quick enough for Capone.
She had to make a split-second decision, and she hesitated.
And finally, we get a finish on the day from Capone. She just flicked it up, landed a few feet below the bar, and the Jumbos will get the 1-0 victory.
And so, as in NESCAC overtime, it's kind of like a sudden death type of a thing.
Golden goal,
wins.
indeed.
So that goal ends this game. So the final score of this game, Tufts University 1, Connecticut College 0, off a late goal by number 9 for Tufts University, Jess Capone.
And a heartbreaking loss for the Camels, still looking for their first victory on the season. This is going to be a tough pill to swallow, having missed a penalty late in the second half. But a win's a win for the Jumbos. And they move up to 500 on the season now. 2-1 in NESCAC play.
And again, we remind you, right after this game, we will also be bringing you the men's game between Tufts and Connecticut College. So stay tuned after this short break, and we'll be back live for that game too.